Intimacy isn't just a roller coaster of emotions. It's a full-blown biochemical symphony. But what really happens to our bodies during those intimate moments? Let's start at the beginning. Picture this. You're with someone special. Sparks fly, and the first signs of arousal begin to show. For men, this process is often straightforward, triggered by what they see or by physical contact. The heart starts to race, adrenaline levels rise, and blood flow increases, particularly to certain areas. It's like a starting gun going off, signaling the body to get ready for action. Now, let's flip the script. For women, arousal can be a bit more of a mystery, an intricate dance that involves not just the physical, but also the emotional and the contextual. It's not just about what they see or feel, but also about how they feel. The heart rate increases, adrenaline levels rise, and blood flow increases just like in men, but it's more spread out, creating a warm flush that can be seen from the cheeks to the extremities. So while men might be like a sports car revving up at the sight of the finish line, women are more like a complex piece of music, with different notes and rhythms coming together to create a beautiful symphony. But no matter the differences, the end result is the same. A state of heightened awareness, a sense of anticipation, and a body that's ready and raring to go. Whether it's a visual trigger, a physical touch, or an emotional connection, the kickstart of arousal sets the stage for what's to come, creating a cascade of physiological responses that prepare us for one of the most basic and yet most profound of human experiences. Their bodies begin to prepare almost immediately. Blood flow increases, adrenaline spikes, and, well, you know the rest. As the moment intensifies, both bodies undergo a dramatic transformation. When intimacy is on the horizon, the heart plays a pivotal role. It's not just about racing pulses or skipped beats in the throes of passion. The heart rate can double, reaching the same peak levels as those seen during strenuous physical exercise. It's a full-scale cardiovascular workout, one might say. But the heart isn't acting solo in this exhilarating performance. It's accompanied by the lungs, which also kick into high gear. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow, sometimes even panting. This is your body's way of getting more oxygen to those hard-working muscles. Yes, intimacy is quite a workout. Let's not forget the hormones, the unseen heroes of this journey. As the heart races and the breath quickens, a cocktail of hormones is released into the bloodstream. Dopamine, often known as the feel-good hormone, surges, enhancing pleasure and satisfaction. It's the same hormone that gives you that rush when you eat your favorite food or listen to a great song. Simultaneously, adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone, spikes. This might seem counterintuitive, but adrenaline actually heightens arousal and response. It's all part of the body's intricate design to make intimacy more enjoyable and intense. And then there's oxytocin, the love hormone. Oxytocin is released in abundance during intimacy, creating a sense of bonding and closeness. It's the same hormone that fosters the mother-child bond during breastfeeding, reinforcing its role in fostering connections. Finally, the hormone norepinephrine is also at play, causing feelings of exhilaration and increasing the heart's pumping action. It's a veritable hormonal symphony, each note playing its part to create the unique experience of intimacy. So, the next time your heart's pounding in your chest and your breaths coming in quick gasps, remember, it's not just passion, it's your body performing a well-orchestrated ballet of physiological responses, all designed to enhance your intimate experience. Heart rates soar, breathing gets quicker, and a cocktail of hormones like dopamine and oxytocin flood the system, heightening feelings of pleasure and bonding. Then comes the climax, This is the moment when all the buildup of tension and anticipation reaches its peak. For both men and women, the climax is the point of ultimate pleasure, but the journey there and beyond can be quite different for each. For men, the climax is often a straightforward event. It's the pinnacle of the intimate experience, where all the heightened sensations and increased heart rates culminate in a moment of pure euphoria. This is typically followed by a rapid cool-down, a period of relaxation, and a return to normalcy. Hormone levels drop, heart rates slow, and the body begins to wind down from its heightened state. Now let's talk about women. For them, the climax can be a much more nuanced experience. While men tend to have a single definitive peak, women have the potential for multiple peaks during their climax. Yes, you heard it right, multiple peaks. This means that women can experience a series of intense, pleasurable sensations, each one potentially more powerful than the last. And here's the exciting part. The duration of women's climax can often be longer than that of men. While a man's climax typically lasts a few seconds, women can experience the pleasurable sensations for anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes. This, combined with the potential for multiple peaks, makes the female climax a truly unique and powerful experience. But the climax isn't just about pleasure. It's also an important part of bonding between partners. During the climax, the body releases a flood of oxytocin, sometimes known as the love hormone. This hormone promotes feelings of closeness and affection, strengthening the emotional connection between partners. So there you have it. The climax, the pinnacle of the intimate experience, is a complex and fascinating process, unique to each individual. For men, it's typically a straightforward peak, followed by a rapid cooldown. But for women, it can vary widely, often lasting longer with the potential for multiple peaks. The beauty of intimacy lies not only in the pleasure it brings, but also in the deeper emotional connections it fosters. After the fireworks, the body enters the resolution phase. This is the body's way of saying, well, that was fun, time to get back to normal. During this phase, the body starts to wind down from its heightened state of arousal, much like a car engine cooling down after a long drive. The heart rate, which had been beating like a drum during the peak of intimacy, now begins to slow down. The heavy, rapid breathing that filled the air with anticipation and excitement also starts to return to its normal pace. It's as if the body is taking a long, satisfying sigh of relief after the exhilarating ride of intimacy. Remember those hormones that were running wild during the intimate moments? Well, they too start to drop. Dopamine, the pleasure hormone that was making everything feel so good, begins to decrease. The adrenaline, which was fueling the body's response to arousal, also starts to wear off. It's like the body is letting out a collective, "Ah, that was great." But here's the interesting part. As these hormones decrease, another hormone, oxytocin, often increases. Known as the cuddle hormone, oxytocin promotes feelings of bonding, trust, and relaxation. This might explain why, after an intimate encounter, you may feel a strong desire to cuddle up with your partner. The muscles, which were tense and contracted during intimacy, now begin to relax. This relaxation can spread throughout the body, leading to a feeling of overall calm and satisfaction. It's as if the body is sinking into a warm, comfortable bed after a long day. This profound relaxation that takes over the body can sometimes lead to sleep. This is because the body has expended a lot of energy during intimacy and needs time to recover. It's like the body saying, okay, I've had my fun, now it's time for some rest. So there you have it, the resolution phase in all its glory. Hormone levels drop, muscles relax, and a sense of profound relaxation takes over, often leading to cuddling, courtesy of oxytocin, the cuddle hormone. So did any of these facts surprise you? We've journeyed together through the intricate symphony of intimacy, from the rush of arousal to the sweet resolution. We've peeled back the layers and delved deep into the biochemical ballet that our bodies perform during those intimate moments. Isn't it astonishing how our bodies respond to intimacy? We've seen that men tend to be more visually oriented, with their bodies preparing for intimacy almost instantly. On the other hand, women's arousal can be influenced by a blend of emotional, physical, and contextual factors, creating a warm flush that spreads from their cheeks to their extremities. As the moment intensifies, our hearts race, our breath quickens, and our bodies are flooded with a cocktail of hormones. Dopamine, the pleasure hormone, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone, work in unison to heighten our feelings of pleasure and connection. It's a magnificent dance of hormones and emotions, leading us to the pinnacle of intimacy. The climax, as we've learned, can vary greatly between men and women. For men, it's often a straightforward peak, followed by a quick cool down. Women, however, can experience a longer climax, with the potential for multiple peaks. Isn't it fascinating how differently our bodies can experience the same act? And then, the resolution. Our bodies relax, hormone levels drop, and we're left with a sense of profound relaxation. Often, this leads to cuddling, thanks to our friend oxytocin, the cuddle hormone. It's a beautiful end to a thrilling journey. Now we want to hear from you. Was there anything that surprised you in our exploration of intimacy? Or maybe there's something you'd like to add to the conversation? Do you see intimacy differently now that you know what happens behind the scenes? What's your take on the complexity of human intimacy? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. Remember, the more we understand our bodies, the better we can navigate the world of intimacy. Let's continue to explore, learn, and grow together.